Today's practice is going to be utilizing a chair. So you can use a folding chair if you have one. You could use a dining room chair, would work good. You want something that has a sturdy base to it. Okay, so we're going to begin by sitting in a chair. So you just bring your chair and come to have a seat. And you can sit in the chair so that you're not falling back into the back of the chair if you have one. Just gently sitting upright on your sit bones and let your feet relax on the floor. You can have your hands on your legs. You can link your index fingers and thumb tips together in chin mudra if you like. And close your eyes or keep your eyes soft. And we'll just take a moment to tune in. And just feeling where your feet make connection to the earth. Feel your seat, your sit bones against the chair. Maybe you feel the fabric against your skin. The touch of your hands on your legs. And just taking a moment to become present to your body. How you've been with your day, how your day has been with you. And you can take one hand now to the heart, one hand to the belly. And feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath. Without trying to change the breath, we're just creating that connection to breathing here. Your breath might be felt more in the top hand or in the bottom hand or both. There's no right way to breathe or a right thing that you need to be feeling here. You're just meeting yourself in this very moment. And come back to the feeling of the weight of your body on the chair. Feeling the spine up through the shoulders and the head as you're aware of your breath. And then you can open your eyes. We'll just bring your hands together. And I like to put my fingers under my chin. And we're going to take a little twist to your left. And then back to center and to the left a couple more times. So the movement here is coming through the rib cage. And notice if you're tensing your shoulders to do this twist. Can you just keep the shoulders relaxed as you twist to your left a few times? And then we'll go to the second side, little twist to the right and back. And so when we don't use our arms to help us twist, we're actually asking our core muscles to be more responsive in this twist. And the reason that I have your fingers under your chin is so that we don't lead with the head so much into the twist. So just nice and easy with your breath. And then come back to center and we'll do a little side bend to your left now. Now, as you come into this side bend, just notice the weight in your sit bones. We want to maintain pretty equal weight in the sit bones. Come back up and then go to the other side. Maintaining pretty equal weight in your sitting bones. Come back up. We'll go to the first side again. Shoulders nice and relaxed throughout the whole movement. So as you're going into the side bend, shoulders relax. As you're coming out of the side bend, shoulders relax. And then release your hands. We'll just do a little shoulder roll. So nice and easy here. We just don't want to have the elbows driving this motion. We want to feel the movement of the shoulder blades sliding on the back of the rib cage. And then you can switch directions. So we're utilizing our body with less effort, less push, and more ease. All right, and then we'll go ahead and relax that out. Now from here, we're going to come away from the chair. So you'll take your chair, you can have it on your sticky mat, and you can either use the back part of the chair or the seat of the chair. Now I'm going to come to the chair very close here and put my hands on the back of my chair, and then walk back, bend the knees a little bit until I start to feel that stretch. So my hips are back behind my knees, my hands are on the seat of the chair. And I'm just going to take a little stretch here. Keeping the weight back in your legs. Nice, easy breath. And then we'll walk your feet closer to the chair and come back up. Okay, now you can do that one more time, and you can either bring hands to the back of the chair, or you can bend forward a little more and bring hands to the seat of the chair, and then walk yourself back. So another stretch back, similar to a down dog here, but all the weight's going back into your heels and your feet. And I'm just noticing that my feet are cut off, so I'm going to angle my camera just a bit more here. Sorry about the bounciness there. Okay. All right, so we're coming back to this bend forward from your hips, walk back. Now you can see my feet, and so we're taking the weight back into the hips. Take a couple of breaths. And then walk your feet forward and come all the way up to stand. Now from here, I'm going to have my hand close to a wall and keep my left foot on the ground and take my right foot up onto the chair. And then once again, we'll bring your fingers under your chin, hands into prayer. And we'll take that core twist to the right, so towards the bent leg. And you can do that a couple times. Now, if you need your hand on the wall, you just keep your hand on the wall, and you can turn with one hand at the heart here. So you don't need to keep both hands in prayer position. Now, once you're feeling steady, take your left hand to your right knee, and your right hand can reach back. So we added the arms now into the twist. So feel for your right shoulder blade and just draw it towards the spine gently, helping the ribs to turn. You can keep your gaze at a point to help you balance. And then we'll return to center and bring the right foot down. So then we'll go to the second side. So you can bring your left foot up onto the chair, have the wall handy if you need it. Once you find your steadiness, we'll bring the hands to prayer, fingers under the chin, and twist to the left. And again, if you need that support of the wall, you just bring your hand to the heart, one hand on the wall, one hand on the heart, and twist towards the left. The idea being here that the pelvis doesn't turn with the torso. So that's what makes it more of a twist. And then you can bring right hand to the left knee, left hand out to the side or back at a diagonal, and then connect the shoulder blades into this twist now as you draw the left shoulder blade towards the spine, keeping the right hand connected to the left leg. Nice, slow, smooth, easy breathing. And then we'll come back through center and bring your left foot back to the ground. Okay, now from here, keep your right foot close to the chair and take your left foot back maybe a couple feet. So only as far as your pelvis doesn't twist. So as I take if I were to take this back leg back too far, my pelvis would twist. Then I might try to correct it like this, but then I've just added a whole boatload of compensation down the back leg and into the knee and the hip. So what we want to do is we want to start in Tadasana and move this leg back only as far as your pelvis stays square to the front. So it might be a small amount, but just know that that's going to help to ensure that you're not straining in the joints. I have frogs today, straining in the joints or the ligaments. So we'll stand close to the chair again. And we'll go left leg back. You can put your hands on the front of your pelvis to kind of feel where, if you go back too far, that your pelvis might twist. And then from there, we're going to tip forward from the hips and bring the hands onto the chair. Right. So as your weight is back through your legs, you can feel maybe some stretch along this right hamstring. Back of your neck is long. I have my fingertips on the chair. Now my weight is more in my legs, so my fingers are very light on the chair. I'm not collapsing down into the chair to keep myself here. So we want to be more in the legs. Okay, then see if you can come up, keep the weight in your legs as you come up, and then step the back foot forward, and then we'll take the other leg back. So this pyramid pose could be a mini stance, and then tip forward right from your hips here, right from the crease of the legs, coming into your forward bend. I find that I get a nice amount of stretch in the back of my left leg, and I also feel some nice work in the outer hips on the left leg. Whereas if I bend from my spine, I wouldn't get quite that sensation that I'm desiring here through the back of my left leg. Shifting the weight back through your legs. Okay, and then inhale, come all the way back up. Now we're going to turn. So the chair is on your right side of your body. And we'll take the feet a little wider. And we'll come into a triangle pose here. So I'm going to turn my left leg in and right leg out. And then again, I bend from the hip here and bring my hand to the chair. Take the other arm up. So this is a nice way to stretch out through the back of the right leg. And you can play with starting to turn the chest gently up towards the sky. Feel the breath here. And then from here, bring the hand to the hip, step forward and come into half moon. So have your right hip over your right heel, and you've got the hand on the chair. You could have your hand on the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. And just find a weight in your bottom foot, balanced between the heel, the big toe ball, and the little toe ball. And then to come down, you just bend the front knee some, keep your hand on the chair, and then find the weight through both feet first, and then come back up to standing. Okay, and then we'll take the chair over to the left side. So I'm taking a wide stance, turn the right leg in, the left leg out. And I bend from the hips here, coming into triangle pose. Hand on the chair, and then other hand up to the sky. And you can again play with gently coaxing the chest, the heart center, to turn open if you like. It might feel better just to stay without that little bit of turn as well. So kind of check in with your body, and what is your body telling you here? We don't want to ignore those discomfort sensations, those uncomfortable sensations. And then hand to the hip, bend the front knee, start to slowly bring weight onto that left foot as you bring the right leg up into half moon. Gaze at a point. Find the balance on your left foot. So you really feel the steadiness there. And then we'll touch down and come all the way back up to standing. Turn your right leg in, or your left leg in rather, and step your feet together. Now here, I'm just gonna turn to face my chair and take my feet as wide as the mat. And then bend forward from the hips, bring my hands onto the chair seat. Now you may be able to bring your forearms down to the chair if you like, if it's available to you, right? We don't want to round the back so much to do that. And you can bend one knee at a time, shifting from side to side. You can also be up here, bending one knee at a time, shifting side to side. So the knees stay behind the toes. Okay, and then pause. And bring your weight back through your feet again. And then one hand at a time, bring hands to the hips and come all the way back up and step your feet back towards one another. Okay, and then we're going to sit on the chair again. Now from here, we're going to take the right foot ankle and cross it over the left knee. We'll just be here for a moment, getting a little hip stretch, outer hip stretch in this right side. And then take your left hand palm to the bottom of your foot here, the sole of your foot, and start to weave your fingers in between your toes. So we're shaking hands with our feet. And then you can hold the ankle with your right hand if you like, and we can do some circles of the foot while your fingers are in between your toes. You can go in the other direction. And then you can even keep the foot more stable and just pull the toes back and pull the toes forward. Pull the toes back and pull the toes forward gently. Just getting some nice movement, blood flow into your toes. And then you can release your fingers from your toes. And then here we're going to do another foot exercise. So you take your left hand, make like a horseshoe hand, and put your hand on the inner and the outer heel. So the thumb on the top and the fingers on the bottom in this orientation here. So you're holding your heel like this, and then you're just going to lift the heel up and down. So it's going up and down, not this way. Okay, so the movement will be somewhat small. Then you can take your other hand and hold the thumb on the sole of the foot and the fingers on the top of the foot. And then you can twist your foot the opposite direction that your heel's going. So this is really like, coordination here. So just do the best you can. The forefoot, which is the part forward of the heel, is twisting one direction and the heel's twisting in the other. And this can be fabulous to help bring more suppleness into your feet. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and release your right foot down, and you might just take a look and notice, it looks like my right foot has a lot more blood flow and it feels softer, more alive. And then we'll take the other leg, the left ankle to the right knee, and we'll just be here for a moment. Feel this bit of a hip stretch. Can you feel the weight on your sitting bones? Nice and easy. And then take your right hand fingers in between the toes. So you come from the sole of the foot, working your fingers in there. And then you can hold the ankle with your left hand and do some circles. And the other direction. Nice and easy here. And then you can hold the foot more stable and just move the toes. So you pull the toes into an extension and pull them into flexion. So they're kind of forward and back here in this way. Gently, gently, nothing too aggressive with your toes. Give our toes a little love. Okay, and then we'll let that go. And then we'll take your right hand like a horseshoe hand and hold the inner and outer heel here. And we're just letting the foot relax, and you're lifting the heel up and then letting it come back down. Lifting the heel up and come back down. Sometimes there's not much movement in the heel, so don't worry if there's very little movement here for you. It's A-okay. Then you can take your left hand, so you bring the thumb to the sole of the foot and the fingers around the top of the foot, and then you twist your forefoot, and then see if you can get the heel going in the opposite direction. Again, it takes a little coordination there to get that. So just do the best you can. You can even hold the heel still and just do the forefoot here if it's just too complicated to get those two moving in opposite directions. Okay, so we'll do just a little more there. And then we'll go ahead and release your foot back to the earth. Just noticing what you feel here. Right. And then from there, we're going to stand up and we'll bring your chair back onto your mat if it's not there already. You can have the seat facing you. You can grab a blanket. If you have a metal chair, you might want to also find another blanket or a towel and place it over the chair seat. I'll show you like so, because the metal can be uncomfortable and it can also be cold. So you just place it over the chair seat like that. And then you can take your other blanket and fold it up for your head support as we make our way down to the floor. Then once you arrive, you scoot up close to the chair and you can put your lower legs up onto the chair with the backs of the knees close to that forward edge. Right. And here you can cover your feet, of course, have socks on, and then come down to rest and adjust yourself as you need to. So you've got some support under your head. You could bring your hands to your ribs, or one hand to the belly again, one hand to the heart. And just allowing your body to settle. And feel the points of your body that make connection to your supports. Heels, calves, sacrum, back of your torso, shoulders, arms, head, feel the breath rise and fall under your hands. Natural, easy breathing. Eyes can be closed or partially open. And just feel your body settling into the earth. Now I'm going to allow you here just to stay as long as you like in this Shavasana. Keep resting, enjoying your breath as long as feels comfortable for you. May your practice be of benefit to all beings everywhere. As you carry this ease, sense of ground into the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.